Hey, what's up everyone? This is Silver Slayer. 40,100 subscribers, baby. We did it. You know what that means? I'm about to be giving away over $1,000 worth of silver. And how many winners? 5. You guys voted. I put a poll up asking how many people do you want to win the 40,000 subscriber giveaway. You guys chose 5, so 5 people are going to win. You guys are insane. Honestly, you guys are freaking crazy. You guys are freaking crazy. And this giveaway has been building anticipation for weeks, if not months. And we are here. And the craziest thing is, now we're on the road to 50,000 subscribers, which is halfway to 100,000 subscribers, which is when I get the silver play button, which is going to be a monumental moment for the precious metals community. And, more importantly, I get verified. And you know I need to get verified because all these freaking fake Silver Slayer accounts are commenting on your comments, trying to scam people, telling you to text some WhatsApp number, whatever. And on a serious note, if someone comments on your comment and it looks like me, same profile picture, the same name, and it might, it just sounds a little off or something, just make sure, click on the profile, because I do respond to some of your comments. Click on the profile. The fake Silver Slayer will say 1 subscriber, no videos. Mine will say 40,000 subscriber and 1,000 plus videos. That's how you know. And the scariest part is I see some people responding to that fake scam profile, believing it's me. And I really hope you guys didn't text that number and possibly get scammed. That'd be so terrible. I'm trying to block these fake Silver Slayers. I'm trying to report them, doing everything I can. But once I get verified, we won't have to deal with that problem anymore because you'll know it's me because there'll be a freaking check mark or whatever it is. But anyways, so yeah, I cannot thank you guys enough. Look out for the entry video coming soon. You're definitely going to want to enter that. You got to be subscribed. I mean, being a subscriber at this point is a no-brainer. I also post daily videos, 2-3 videos every single day. Now, column. Surge abates, but silver has more friends than ever. Everyone is jumping on the silver train. It looks like that Reddit short squeeze planted a seed. It planted a seed and showed people, you know what, silver is a real investment. You know what? Silver might actually be undervalued. You know what? Wait, electric vehicles and all this stuff, silver does make sense. You know what? The gold to silver ratio is really still out of whack. You know what? Hey, the dollar is collapsing. Pandemic has exposed America's broke. And the dollar index is a direct correlation to precious metals prices, right? So silver might actually make sense all along. Huh. People are noticing this stuff nowadays. And if you want proof that more people are taking or looking at precious metals, especially silver, if you really want to see that silver's in the spotlight, look at the views on my videos. I haven't been doing anything different. I've been posting the same types of videos for years on this channel, but all of a sudden my videos are getting tens of thousands of views instead of a couple thousand views. That's because more people are searching for silver. That shows a lot. Silver is becoming mainstream. I have a couple articles I'm going to be going over. This one's really interesting. But the first one we're going to be going over is how silver has more friends than ever. The opinions expressed here are those of the author. So this is someone from Reuters. Silver price and iShares holdings and there's another link. So anyways, this month's crowd search on the silver market quickly dissipated after the price lost momentum above the $30 per ounce level and then fell back just as sharply as it had risen. It's not about that. It's not about that. It wasn't about, the whole short squeeze wasn't about actually hitting $1,000, right? That's an unrealistic number. It wasn't about that. What it meant for me, at least, was getting the word out that silver has potential and that silver is a real investment. Robinhood Army has been in retreat ever since, but the iShares Silver Trust SOV, a physically backed exchange traded fund, or ETF, was the prime conduit of the mass attack. It had seen redemptions equivalent to 65 million ounces, nearly 10% in drop in holdings, since the start of February when the hunt for the mythical big silver short was in full cry. Now, the people that actually thought we were going to push silver from like $25 to $1,000, that's insane. One, silver isn't something, and I'm pro silver squeeze. I'm just a realist on this channel as well. I don't want to give people false hope. I don't want to mislead you guys, because if you guys have unrealistic expectations and then it doesn't happen, that might cause a resentment, and you might actually stop investing in the precious metals altogether. So I'm going to try to show you the more realistic side of things and the healthy side. Precious metals is such a great investment because it can't be manipulated. If we were able to push silver, or big business was able to manipulate silver all like that, to that extent, then silver would be a very dangerous investment. And that also that would be pushing away its core value of going off of supply and demand. So the outflows, however, have now stopped. The holdings are a lot higher than they were before, and that's because people aren't selling, they're holding it. They know that silver shortage is real, scarcity is real, the premiums on these American Eagles are real, and people are holding. Some of the recent arrivals, it seems, are going to stick around for some more silver action. See, all these new people, they're in this now for the long term. Regardless of the price went back down, they're buying the silver and they're not selling it. They join a growing army of retail silver bulls, most of whom got in the market last year. And that is interesting. Comment down below, when did you get into precious metals? When did you hear about silver? What sparked your interest? Did you come across a YouTube video or a friend, or saw something online? How did you hear about silver? And also, when did you start actually buying it? Wall Street's finest like it as well. Goldman Sachs describing silver as its preferred precious metal due to its combination of dollar debasement and green industrial themes. And silver remains a populous metal February 2nd, 2021. And did you guys know that silver was the number one performing asset in 2020? And if you didn't hear about that, it's because nobody was really talking about it, which is crazy. If it was Bitcoin, or if it was, Amazon or something, there would have been articles everywhere. But since it was silver, people are going to sweep that under the rug. Both sides of silver split investment industrial personality are currently signing and uniting investment bankers and retail punters in a common bull case. But this is being what veteran traders call the devil's metal. Such a happy state of harmony is unlikely to last. And that's why I was being the realist side of things, because there's two sides of the coin, pun intended. Silver has a lot of potential, a lot of opportunity beyond gold. It's like gold on steroids, but it can also work for the negative side as well, where if it drops, it could really drop. But if you're looking at this realistically, the realist inside of me comes out. The negative part isn't that negative, because silver is money anyways. If it was a stock or something, yes, that would be dangerous. But silver is money. So when you're transferring your fake money, your fiat, into precious metals, at least you're putting fake money into something of real value. So even if it does drop, you're still going to be holding it for the longer term, which in the medium to long term is going to rise anyways. So it's still a win-win situation. Unless you're planning on selling like right now, which most of the case is not going to happen. So if you are realistically looking at the situation, there's no such thing as a negative or a bad buy in silver. Tell that to all these people. But anyways, the total holdings rose by 45% in 2020 to exceed 1 billion ounces. I don't think the human brain can fathom how big a billion, or how much a billion ounces is. A million is a lot smaller than a billion, and a billion is a lot smaller than a trillion, which if we're talking about trillions of dollars in stimulus, but still, a billion ounces of silver is crazy. We don't have a billion ounces to go around, and these SOBs, this is a contract exchangeable for physical silver. So what if everyone tried to cash that in? There wouldn't be enough silver. What would happen? SOB, the largest silver ETF, held 364 million ounces of silver at the start of 2019. It now holds 620 million, prior to last year's all-time record, which was 388 million. So look how crazy things are getting with silver demand. Silver demand is spiking at dangerously high levels. You want to know why it's dangerous? Because there is not enough silver, and we need silver. What if all of us, people like you and I, that are buying all this silver, hold it and don't sell it, but big business needs it. If you want the newest, latest iPhone, you better hope that they're able to get their hands on some silver. If you want the new Tesla model to come out, you better hope that they're able to get some silver. Because if everyone buys it up and there's a shortage or a massive shortage, cost of production would go up because they would have to be paying higher prices for silver, and in return would mean how to make that iPhone would be more expensive, and it would go so on and so forth. But that's kind of what we can play off of, because the ones that producers turn into consumers and consumers turn into producers. The people like you and I that want the silver will be selling it to the people that need the silver. So anyways, institutional money largely flowed into gold, which also saw a sharp rise in physical ETF holdings while retail traders flocked to silver. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. This is a long article. They're talking about its industrial side or shined. Obviously, silver's used for a lot of different reasons. Joe Biden with his green energy, renewable, all that stuff. Silver's heavily involved in that. The dual personality of it being a monetary metal and an industrial metal, so it goes beyond gold. It's like a win-win situation for silver. Whether the economy is in good or bad shape, silver is going to come out on top. But now I really want to jump into this article. It goes beyond silver. This is much bigger than silver. If you're looking at this from a global scale, a new commodities super cycle could be powering up after a long freeze. And the long freeze, they're talking about this, the electrical power. They're talking about all of this, from the icy roads, from the power shortage, from everything that could be affected, and how precious metals play into this. Very interesting article. You're probably going to have to read over this yourself. I'm going to try to highlight some of the main stuff, but it is long, and there's a lot of information packed into a couple of paragraphs. So he goes in to say, he grew up in Toronto. The winters can be brutally cold, like most people who live in the northern U.S., accustomed to driving on snowy, icy roads. But then roads in the north are plowed. Let me do this. Hopefully this stays. Sanded and salted, and there's no when there's snowfall, and blah 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 blah. So similarly, our electric power infrastructure was designed to withstand heat waves, not blizzards. I think a lot of Texans last week learned for the first time that a large share of Lone Star State's power grid operates separately from the rest of the U.S. because of this. Much of the infrastructure, including plants and pipelines, has not been winterized, which contributed to the widespread outages that left millions without power and water for days. So it shows how the Western interconnect is separate from Eastern, and Texas is it's on its own. So the fact alone, I believe, presents a good investment case for commodities and natural resources. So a joint state and federal investigation onto outages has already been announced. Improvements to and winterization of aging infrastructure will likely be recommended, not required, to prevent this from happening again. Such a massive overhaul would require an incredible amount of metals and other basic materials, which would be positive for miners and producers. So that's a great thing to think about, though. We're advancing technologically with electric vehicles, 5G towers, solar panels, all these other things, lithium-ion batteries, all these new car parts with copper and all this stuff, nickel. But what about, there's more potential here than just silver. We're particularly bullish on copper, used extensively in electrical wiring and circuitry. Our favorite explorer is the Ivanhoe mines. They're going into copper. I know nickel is becoming extremely valuable. Ivanhoe is up 116% over the past 12 months. They're looking at copper. Texas is the 9th largest economy in the world, ahead of Canada, South Korea, and now Brazil. It consumes more energy than any other U.S. state. Its residents and businesses deserve a world-class power grid that operates reliably in all weather conditions, even one that strikes every 100 years. So if you do, I am curious, I want to ask you guys, do you invest into other metals? Not just gold, but anything, platinum, palladium, copper, nickel, anything. Do you invest in other precious metals? I focus on silver. When I'm investing, I like to focus on, I don't like to complicate it. Just like with crypto, I just buy Bitcoin. I'm not going to go into all these crazy other cryptos. I just like to keep it simple, put my money in one thing, and focus on that one thing. Some people are the opposite. They like putting their money scattered all over, which is a smart plan because one of those are bound to hit big. But I don't know. Just for me, I like sticking to silver and I like sticking to Bitcoin and things like that. GSX, a crypto backed by physical gold, right? Best of both worlds. But regardless, I like keeping things simple. So there is potential in other things. Remember when platinum or palladium skyrocketed last year? Made a lot of people a lot of money, but it's all up to individual. It's all up to individual opinion or what they want. It's up to you, which is also a beautiful thing about investing is there's really no wrong way, and it's a very individual investment with personal preference. So not only is this kind of talk counterproductive, but it's also simply not rooted in fact. No single energy source was responsible for bringing the whole system down. Texas is well diversified when it comes to electricity generation, as you can see below. So JP Morgan talking about a new commodity super cycle has begun, and this is past due. As we advance technologically, a lot of new metals are going to have a lot of new reasons. Scientists discovered how to make silver 40% stronger without losing any electrical conductivity, which is crazy. 40% stronger, that's crazy. That's a crazy number to think. Silver is still becoming useful in different ways. And you're talking about, infrastructure, supportive metals, electric vehicles, batteries. So, there is opportunity besides just silver, especially since silver is something you can hold, supply and demand. The other metals have the same fundamental principles that we like silver for. So it would make sense. Let me know what you think about that. But anyways, I'm going to wrap this video up here. If you thought this video was educational, informational, at least entertaining, make sure to smash the like button. Remember, I'm doing a huge giveaway, so you probably want to be entered for a chance to win my $1,000 plus silver giveaway. Thanks for tuning in. The link to these two articles will be in the description. This was Silver Slayer. Thank you guys so much for 40,000 subscribers. I love you guys all. Peace.